Next boar is In Living Color. He's one we introduced last year for the first time and got to see lots of sows. He is a cowboy poker on a Dirty Secret sow. Came from Neil Coates and family at Southern Gentleman Show Pigs there in Florida. He was one we bought off of a video, and again, couldn't be more pleased to have gotten him here and been able to get him put in stud and get him put in several sows. So this hog's done a very nice job for us. He sired for us just out the first crop. He sired the champion lightweight Hampshire at Houston and several sailmakers that we had there at San Antonio in Houston that just continued to pop up. Just news of people getting a hold of us, letting us know they had a sailmaker out of them. The hog's done just a good job across the board. Hog will sire him with a good pattern, a stout yet exotic kind of feature. Those hogs have got heaviness of structure, looseness of skeleton, and real athleticism. Initially, last year, he was one that wouldn't put on a whole lot of flesh because he was a young boar that had a very high libido. He's fleshed up a little more now and probably looks even more impressive as a mature boar than he did a year ago. But yet I would still tell you that his place is probably to use on just kind of those sows that are medium plus in size and a little bigger in their body cavity. He will sire, again, feature, look, presence, and shape. You just use them on those sows that got a notch more body cavity, and you can even use them on the sows that have got a shot more real muscle if you want to. He won't hurt you there, but probably isn't going to take you to the extremes there, so you can use them on some extremes and allow you to kind of keep him in place. But his athleticism, design, balance, and kind of the presence in those hogs is one of his great features, and I know a lot of people do like having some of that, the ability to get that color. He does have the ability to stamp that kind of across the board if your sow has the ability to do that.
When you look at In Living Color, you wish all your mature boars were just as neat looking as he is in terms of his design, his elevation. That one is like freakishly heavy boned and big footed when you get him out in the grass. And I guess what ultimately drew Mike and I to him, was that the bottom side of that pedigree. Cowboy Poker is a boar that we thought we needed some of that blood because of making those just ultra neat looking kind of show bearers. But the bottom side of that pedigree, that sow has done some amazing things for the Coates family. They have made some gilts that they brought out and jackpotted that just were the utmost of quality that you would have loved to try to get a hold of, that I'm sure they've retained and built their sow herd around. So we knew that sow was just an absolute hammer, and to have a little bit of that Cowboy Poker blood just to elevate and sharpen the front 2/3 of some of these show pigs, but to have the looseness of his skeleton, the heaviness of his skeleton, the hip and hind leg that one does. Honestly, they're fun to feed. We've fed a couple of them at our place, and ones that honestly you don't have to worry too much about. They're gonna take some lefts and rights, but most of the time they stay dead middle, and you're gonna come out one day and you're just gonna be like, wow, this thing has exploded. He's matured, and that's what we've seen in our program. But a boar that I think is going to continue to have value for quite a few years to come, to add that kind of bone, that kind of sharpness of design. Just to make those kind of show pigs that are easy to jackpot, easy to feed for big ones. And it's going to be exciting as well to see maybe what some of those females, futuristically, what they're able to do and how they mature, and how they match up to what other boars that we may have in our arsenal to use futuristically.
Yeah, this boar here is one that, again, I was talking about getting to some reports on pigs for the summer. This is another boar that I'm having several videos sent here recently of pigs that are starting to surface that are going to get shown later this summer. The potential for the summer does look to be very promising as we get into county fair and state fair season.